Hello everyone, I am binge filming again. I'm sorry, but I have been so busy with school and getting my website underway that I figured I would record everything at once so you guys aren't without something while I'm getting stuff done. Oh, there's flowers on the tree outside. Spring is here. I'm not a huge fan of spring just because I have allergies, but anyways, this video is called the Paranormal / Abduction Tag. There's two tags in this tag, if that makes sense, and the first tag is the Dark Spirits tag and then an Alien Abduction Tag. And I got sent this by Paranormal Researcher and they asked me to do this as a tag and post it, and I thought it would be interesting to do it, so I will go ahead and get started. The first question is, do you have any experiences with dark spirits? I don't know. Growing up, I always had experiences with shadow figures and stuff like that, and I felt very terrified from them. I felt spirits that have a very negative energy around them, but I don't know if I would call them dark. Like, because when I think of dark, I think of evil, and I wouldn't necessarily call them evil. It's just that they have a very negative feeling about them. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. The next question is, have you ever noticed any unexplained scratches or claw marks or been attacked by a ghost? I don't think so. Well, actually, would attacked be meant like physically moved or touched by one? Because I have been moved by a ghost or a spirit, whatever you want to call it. I was at a friend's house and I was in a spare room and I was staying there, and if you know me personally, you know I am terrified of the dark. I hate the dark. And the room was dark, and I went ahead and turned on the light, and I had my sleeping bags set up for me to go to sleep, and I got in my sleeping bag and I realized that I hadn't turned off the light. So I went and turned off the light and quickly got into bed. Well, I put the covers over my head, and then I hear breathing, like right above my head, and I'm like, all right, I'm just freaking out. Like, this is all right. So I get that feeling like if I take this blanket off, I'm gonna see something just right there. So I was like, okay, my plan is to take my covers off, run to the door, and turn on the light. That was my plan. Well, pulled back the covers, nothing was there, freaked out, ran to the door, and felt someone physically push me out to the door and slam it behind me. And that was the only time I've ever actually been touched by a ghost in like a negative way. I've been touched, you know, like them stroking your hair or whatever like that, but I've never actually been pushed like that except that one time. And it was an interesting experience, to say the least. I slept on the couch, and that room just, it had something in there that just didn't want me in there. So that was an interesting experience. The third question is, if so, where did you find the marks? I didn't get any marks from that experience that I know of, and if I did, they were very quick and went away, so I can't answer that question. The next question is, have you ever had any bad dreams or visions that you were the subject of a ritual or being surrounded by dark figures? If so, what was the dream or dreams about? What were the figures trying to do to you? You know, I don't remember having any dreams like that. I don't think I've ever had any where it's a ritual or anything kind of like that I can remember. The next question is, other than feeling sick or nauseous, have you experienced any strange feelings in the tummy during any of these encounters? If so, what part of the belly and what did it feel like? Oh, I hate the word belly. I don't know why. It just really bothers me. I usually say stomach or tummy. Anyways, random little rabbit trail, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I have channeled many times, and in the beginning when I was channeling, before I even knew that I was channeling, I thought I was demon possessed because I was going through depression at the time, and I think during that time I just kind of opened myself up to whatever. I hadn't bubbled or anything like that. I didn't even know what bubbling was, and I think at that point I was channeling just bad, negative energies through my body, and Honestly, I don't really remember exactly what that felt like because it was so long ago. I think it was 3 or 4 years. But I do remember it just feeling the feeling that you get before you channel. So I don't know if that applies, but yeah. The next question is, did you notice any particular health problems at any time during these encounters? If so, what were they? I did not, unless you have depression count as a health problem that would occur from something like that, because I was going through a depression, and I don't know, I can't really think of anything that would be directly caused by what I experienced, so I don't know. The next tag is the Alien Abduction Tag, and I'm actually kind of excited about this. Is this weird? But I think it's because it has alien in it. So it's the first question of this tag says, have you ever had any dreams or visions of being abducted by aliens? If so, what were they? Yes, I have, many times. I'll just go over one. The first one that comes to mind was I was in bed and I'm pretty sure I was dreaming. I'm not positive I was dreaming, but I'm pretty sure I was dreaming. And I remember like seeing lights coming. This was back when we were at the apartment, and there was a window right by my side of the bed. And I remember seeing lights coming inside the window, and then just being in an all metal room. And I can't remember if it was grays or not. I feel weird about saying it was grays because like that's kind of standard, but I want to say it was grays. I think it was. Because I remember being a little bit scared because at that point I hadn't talked to grays yet. And I was like, they were the one kind of alien that I was kind of nervous about contacting because they had always freaked me out as a kid. So I saw these aliens around me and they weren't really doing anything. They were just kind of looking at me and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. Because I wasn't laying down or anything. Like I was standing there. So I don't know if that counts as an abduction or anything, or if that just counts as like a very imaginative brain, but that's the only thing that I can think of that may have been like some sort of abduction or something. The next question is, what did the aliens look like in your dreams or particular experience? They looked short and gray and with the big black eyes, which now that I think about it, they're adorable. Like I was really freaked out by them at first, but I've talked to one and I've experienced them, and they are so cute. I mean, I'm sure they're probably gonna get offended that I'm calling them short and cute, but they are like little alien leprechauns, and they're amazing. I love them. The next question is, have you ever been the subject of any alien medical tests or experiments? If so, what happened and what were the experiments? No, I have not that I know of to date. The next question is, have you ever noticed any strange marks or implants? If so, what did you find and what was it? Not that I know of. I do have scars all over my body, but I think they're mostly from cats. Like growing up, because I had like 8 cats growing up. But I don't know. I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary, but I would be really excited if I found a triangle on my body, like a triangle scar. I'm not going to actually do it to myself because I just don't want to do that. But someday I kind of want to just get a simple triangle facing upwards in like white tattoo ink or something. The last question is, what do you think the purpose of the abduction was for? Well, usually when I experience aliens, it's because they want to contact me or I want to contact them, and I have talked to, what is it called? It's like that council that you go to that's like an alien from every different planet. It's kind of like is it called the embassy? I'm really bad with political stuff, but that place where there's like a person from every country in this room and they, converse about things. I don't know what that's called. I feel really bad about not knowing what that's called, but it's kind of like that except in space, and it's an alien being from each and every planet, or each and every major planet, I think. And so I've talked to Arcturians and Iranians people from Orion, I don't know what you call them. And then I've talked to Palladians, I've talked to Greys, I've talked to aliens that look like big praying mantises, I've talked to Assyrians. Assyrians are very tall, very, very tall. They're like very tall. And I think, you know, having the long head doesn't help with their height or the way they appear in height, but they're very, very tall. Like, they make me look short. And I'm 5'11", I'm tall. But yeah, I've talked to a bunch of them, and I've talked to a bunch of different aliens, but I guess usually when I talk to them, it's just exchanging information. Either I have a question for them, or they have questions for me, or, you know, stuff like that. And it's kind of like calling up a friend. Like, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to go to the grocery store? Except they don't want to go to the grocery store because they're bored by that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tag, and I don't know, I liked it. I think it was fun to do. And if you would like to do this tag, feel free to do it. I would love to see your videos, so tag them below if you've done a video of it, and I will go ahead and watch it. And I hope you guys are all having a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye!